Like the rest of the globe, the climate in Marin County has already changed due to the greenhouse gas emission. By looking at the long-term data, scientists have been able to verify that our climate has becoming warmer compared to the historical record. Climate change in Marin County has affected the residents' life from all perspectives, and this is why this topic is so important to be put in research. With the change of the climate, the season is warmer, the sea levels are projected to increase, and the more extreme weather events may be a risk of causing uncontrolled wildfire in the mountain and other mountains. Climate change is becoming a big concern in Marin and even the globe. It affects not only the human beings, but plants and animals as well. Climate change affects the environment and community as a whole, and we all should increase our awareness of that. This video will demonstrate on how climate change affects the marine and what can we do to help protect our community to reduce risks. Climate change is expected to generally cause an increase in wildfire, and this is one of the most harmful factors caused by climate change that affects marine residents a lot. In general, drier and warmer conditions are more favorable to fire. Fire frequencies are expected to increase 20% more in mountain under projected climate scenarios. Because of the wild, uncontrollable fire burning, mountain has been closed many times in a year. Besides causing an increase in uncontrollable fire, climate change in marine has an effect on temperature, precipitations, fog, and soil moisture. Similar to temperature increase for the globe as a whole, the average temperature in Marin County rose significantly from 1950 to 2010, and both the winter and summer temperatures are predicted to continuously rising under future climate change scenarios. Temperature projections from greenhouse gas emission scenarios shows an increase in annual average temperature of 2.7 Fahrenheit between 2000 and 2050. Future precipitation patterns for mountain are uncertain, with predictions from a 25% more to 25% less rainfall. In addition to changes in the overall amount of future precipitation in the Marin County, rainfall variabilities and the frequencies of extreme occurrence are expected to increase, which overall may have an effect on the conditions of mountains, streams, and wetlands. As the climate change, the fog levels of the Marin County change as well. According to a 2010 study, the scientists found that the amount of fog in the redwood forest along California's coast has fallen 33% over the past 100 years. Fog is a major source of moisture on the mountain, particularly during spring and summertime. There are plenty fog-dependent plants on mountain, such as redwood forest, which might be under drought-stressed conditions of less fog and rising temperatures. Due to the rising temperatures, Marin County is become ever more arid. Even under higher rainfall scenarios and increasing precipitations, higher temperatures will increase evapotranspiration and reduce soil moisture level. The decreased soil moisture level is becoming a big problem that affects how and where farmers can grow crops as climate changes. Climate change also influences the sea level and coastal flooding. According to the Marine Coastal Change data, in the past century, global mean sea level has increased 7 to 8 inches, and the mean course of sea rise is by global and oceanic warming. According to the current change in greenhouse gas emission and increasing global temperatures, sea level rise is expected to accelerate in the coming decades, with scientists projecting as much as a 66 inches increase in sea level along segments of California's coast by the year of 2100. The impacts of sea rise in California will affect almost all sides of our natural and built environment. Natural flooding, wave impacts, more intense storms, and extreme events are likely to be exacerbated by sea level rise, leading to significant social, environmental, and economic impacts. The main physical effects of sea level rise including increased flooding. Much of the California coast is currently defenseless to flood and wave damage during the large storm events. The impacts of climate change are likely to worsen problems that coastal flooding already faces. The immediate impacts of coastal flooding include losing of human life, damage to public and private properties, destruction of crops, loss of livestock, and decline of health conditions due to waterborne disease. However, coastal flooding can affect more than this. Floods can also traumatize victims and their families, friends, and their loved ones for a long period of time. As we know that the warmer temperature and rising sea levels will affect the community a lot, what can we do as a college student to help preventing climate change? The first thing we should do is to reduce the risk of warming climates by supporting the reduction in greenhouse gas emission. We can try to take public transit instead of driving if not necessary. Change to energy-efficient light bulbs and unplug electronic devices if not using them. We should consume less, waste less, enjoy life more, spending more time in nature, and start from little things to make a big change.